points clear. Manchester City with 6 points left to play for. Arsenal fans who've waited 22 years to lift the Premier League title, and they may only have to wait a few more hours now. If Manchester City do not beat Bournemouth tomorrow, Arsenal could be champions by bedtime tomorrow night. Relief in the end. They held on in there. And with one game to go now, what has been Arsenal's title to lose is now Arsenal's title to go and win. The one goal dinner tonight from Kai Havertz. Arsenal beat Burnley by a priceless 0-0.
You heard the man. You heard the man. If Manchester City failed to beat Bournemouth tomorrow, we will be Premier League champions before bedtime.
23 years, and it could be less than
23. Don't add an extra year to that count.
22 years, and it could be less than 24 hours.
Don't do that to me.
22 years, and it could be less than 24 hours.
Less than 22 hours.
There you go.
There you go. 22 years. 20. You know what was interesting? My dad pointed this out today because I went to the pub with him. Arsene Wenger was the manager for 22 years. So it actually is written in the stars that Arsenal would win their first title after 22 years. Very interesting fact. Anyway, guys, welcome along to the Fire Them Cannons post-game show. It finishes a lot less than I wanted it to be. Arsenal 1, Burnley 0, thanks to a 37th minute from he who shall not be named.
Old Valdy.
I'll say his name from Kai Havertz. I know. Me and Jake were saying, look, we're not even going to hide from it. We have a massive Kai Havertz agenda. Dude has given us our most important goal in our club's history to date, and we're sitting here fucking just complaining about the fact he never should have started, and I never want to see his face
sent
again.
Off.
Yeah, should have been sent off. It's all good. It's all good.
But we are ecstatic and incredibly grateful that he popped up in the box on the corner kick. Let's go. Let's put that out there, of course.
Yeah, of course. Big up, everybody. Welcome along. Comments already came in from already an hour ago from JT asking me to bring out the Baileys. Hey, no, we do not I'm going to say something really bad. We do not pre-celebrate. There is nothing to sell. That's why I still have on my cigar, I still have the plastic
wrapped
casing, right?
As of now, still wrapped, ready to go. But
big up to my co-host here. Let's go. Come on, you gunners, up a like and subscribe to both channels. One more win. And JT giving you some love. Big up the Jakester. And he's also opened up both channels on his tab. I love. Is that Hassam in a
in an Arsenal jersey, smoking a cigar?
You know what? Given you would never believe that at the start of the season, given the back and forth him and I had on the terrace, that he would that people would be thinking he's an Arsenal Glazer now. It's pretty funny. And Ali Frostinho, actually agree. I'm not going to defend.
I'm not going to defend that, but
he should have been sent off.
Definitely
should have been sent off. Ooh, big call. I'm ready to guarantee you City drop points tomorrow, but I'm not gonna start celebrating champions until that whistle blows.
Oh, absolutely. And we will be locked in though, for sure. We will be there.
Dude, I still don't know. I still don't know what my reaction is going to be. Like,
I'm not sure
once like the Champions League one, I cried, but I kind of already knew I was going to be. Am I going to cry tomorrow? Am I going to be just elatingly celebrate. I don't know. I actually put together a list, not to give you guys a look into potentially tomorrow's show, which if City to Drop Points will be back here in 24 hours from now with our Champions Special Edition live stream.
Absolutely.
But I have listed on a notepad, and I will show you guys, 138 players who have played for Arsenal Football Club since the Invincibles that have not won a title. By the way, I've removed from that list, and by the way, guys, let me know who else we would remove from the list, but I'll put right now. I put Nasri off Judas,
Sure.
Robin Van Persie off Judas, Emmanuel Adebayor off Judas. This was a tight one. This is a tight one. I took off the Ox because he left us for Liverpool and won titles there.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. I like Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I do. Yeah. So the rest of them are, a few of them are in dispute. No,
Gallus, yeah.
Gallus left Chelsea to join us. Did he? Oh, he ended up at Spurs.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
You are right. Off.
No,
You're right.
Best part of the game, Ollie's got it right. The best part of the game was Hincapié cheeks in 40.
My God.
Yes. I love the one comment. I've already seen countless memes. One of them said, "How is Hincapié's ass more tan than my face?"
My dad was like, I can't believe he got a tattoo on his ass.
Oh, that was epic. That was absolutely epic. My wife was working, but she was right next to me. She was looking at her laptop. She missed it. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, you have to rewind that and show me. I was like, no, trust me. There will be memes. There will be reels. There will be photos. It will be everywhere. And it is. And it's hilarious.
Oh my God. You know what? They did him dirty there, right? Because he's sitting there, you can see like trying to cover it up. Then they go back onto the replay as they watch him.
It's on the Jumbotron. They run it back on the big screen.
The reason is because there was a VAR check for a potential penalty, right?
That might be the moment of the season. That has to be in a montage of big moments in the season. He wanted priorities, bro. Hanging brain. He was wanting the pin.
He was close, man. You saw he was pulling up. He was holding that shit up.
If he'd have rolled over, imagine if the challenge would have made him roll over. Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, dude. Yeah. They did him so dirty.
That should be the background. Just thinking Capier's ass. Oh my God.
Oh, I cannot imagine what was said to him in the locker room after the game.
Oh. I actually think my mate just sent me a picture of it.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah. My mate
It's
from
everywhere.
work just sends your Premier League trophy, and he doesn't like Arsenal, and
And it's just got the lion's crown sticking up out of his head. Absolutely gold, bro.
Oh my God.
Useless. Yes.
A big up alley. After review, number 5 was indeed fully cheap. Decision is 3 points to Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh God, that was epic.
Oh
Definitely
my God.
the best part of the night. Definitely the best part of the night.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm actually crying underneath these glasses right now. I don't know if you can tell.
So great.
Oh,
I did not expect this stream to start like this.
wait 1 second.
Wow. Big up in
Oh.
Capier. Big up, Mr. Piero. And that's Mr. Piero and Capier to you.
That's right. He was going to tell the world that he's Mr. You know, if there's any doubters out there.
For real. Holy crap.
Yeah, but back to the game, guys. So let's run this through. When we start the starting 11, I hate to start on a negative. And by the way, I think Arteta can count himself so lucky.
Yeah.
Because I thought he took a massive gamble. I thought that the lineup for today's game was literally handed, as Jake said in our preview, there's one change you have to make. Mascara for White. That's it.
Yeah.
You were on you had a team that was winning and was performing well consistently, and I think every fan was in sync, even me. And I was like pushing a little bit for Death Squad the other day, and you just shut me down. You're like, no, one change, Mascara. And I think most of the fans back you on that. And when I opened up this morning, and this is what pisses me off, I was so excited for this game. I was positively anxious, is what I would call it, for this game. And then when I wake up, because I wake up, it was like 3:45 a.m. here to watch that game because I went to go watch it at the pub. And I see the lineup, and I see Kai Havertz starting up front. I'm in a bit of a rage.
I was totally calm and cool
upset.
and collected about it until I saw that.
I'm like, come on, don't, because sometimes I think we've all been there, right? You're excited for a game, then the lineup comes out, and all of a sudden you're just really upset before the game. It generally sends bad vibes. And like today of all days, Arteta, why? Why would you do that to us today of all days? And as I said from the top, Arsenal 1, Burnley 0 is an exact result of that decision. Cool. Kai Havertz gets the lone goal, and we're going to pick him up. It's a huge goal.
Yeah, for sure.
But it could have been 4 or 5.
Should have.
The idea is you get Gyökeres in there, you score in the first 10 minutes like we did against Fulham, like we did against Newcastle, and you raise the roof. You heard the noise levels in the Emirates Stadium as we kicked off. Now, those noise levels went down a little bit. They were still there, so big up the fans. Again, great atmosphere. But it could have been a lot more. We could have literally just killed the will. If we score in the first 10 minutes or so, we really push for it. And it was obvious from the start that we didn't have a striker who made the right runs. He made deep pocket drops into the right-hand side. And sometimes he would like make a little curled run or whatever, but it never ended with him receiving the ball at the end or having anything that's threatening. I need my striker running towards the goal, getting himself, make sure he's onside and making the runs off the ball towards the goal, which Havertz did not do. He is such a con artist. He makes it feel like, oh, look at me. I get involved in the play. Oh, I make our football look a little bit better. But does it fucking finish with anything?
No, it doesn't, because he's supposed to be the one on the end doing the finishing. That's what the striker does, right? So instead, and what you'll notice, and I actually mentioned it in my preview this morning, is that when Trossard and Calafiori play on that left-hand side, we literally have no left-hand side, because of how narrow Trossard comes. And like I said, Calafiori loves his walkabouts. Where was the first important touch for Calafiori? In Saka's position on the right wing. What? Okay, so we knew we weren't going to have a left-hand side, right? And even Odegaard is coming in to overload the right-hand side. So that means we have Trossard and Eze down the middle. We have Odegaard, Rice, Saka, and now Kai Havertz as well, because he kept dropping in. So we have everybody all in this same space. And there was no one in the box. There was no one on the end of the play. to finish the play because Kai Havertz kept popping up on the right-hand side where Saka should have been popping up to get the ball. And then you're going to have Mosquera trying to do some. We have 7 of our 11 players in the one place. And it had to have, look, before we get ahead of myself, it had to have been intentional. They're telling him to do that, to drop in there like that. It had to have been because he did it so often. But what I'm getting at is there was nobody to finish the play because Trossard doesn't like to crash the box. Remember when Saka did make to the byline, beat the guy, and then lobbed one across? Nobody crashed the back post. Nobody was crashing the back post. That's where Gyökeres would have been. Gyökeres would have not clogged the space on the right. He would have been in the middle. And I know it sounds like we're being negative or whatever, but
I know I hate it too. I
also
hate that
as a
this is
whole
even a thing.
As a whole, though, you said it. The reason it was only 1-0 is because Havertz didn't do the hold-up play, the things that Gyökeres does and did when he came in. At the end of the game, when we needed to get the ball up the field and hold it up and maybe win a free kick and maybe win a throw-in, Gyökeres did that to perfection. Yes, he wasn't on the field as long as I thought he should have been, and so didn't get to give us that control. But once the
only reason he comes on the field at all is because Havertz almost gets booked.
Yeah, because he should have been sent off, right? And I've got and if you want me to pop it up, if it's in anybody's doubt, anybody's mind, I've got the still right here on the other screen. We can pop that up for you and show it to you because it's
give it to me. Send it, put it in the.
I mean, yeah. Well, it's just a screen. It's
just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I could screen share it if you want, but it's not that important for me really because I think he should have come off beforehand.
Look, the studs are in the back of the calf. It's a red.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here,
it's a red.
Yeah, we can do this right quick. Check this out.
Here we go. We'll bring it up.
Pop that up.
Here we go. Wait, take our tether off for a sec. Here we are.
Yeah.
Right, I'll
make that bigger. Yeah, there you go. It's a horrendous challenge. It's an absolutely horrendous challenge. There's no question in my mind. It's a definite. Yeah. It's a definite. I'm not going to hit play on it or whatever because NBC will get mad at us.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But that is horrible.
Yeah, look, there are more ones where you literally see the stud literally in the back of the calf. It should have been. I don't know about what he's doing. It's in our own half.
We'll put up what Sandeep says here. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know why he would be doing that, but I want to get to this point here. This is where I was going with this before I got sidetracked. We're so poor because Kai Havertz does not hold the play up well enough. When he comes, yes, okay, great. He comes in and he receives the ball well and he keeps it ticking. And sometimes he can get turned and he goes into the little channel and gets the ball. He does
bring elements that Gyökeres doesn't bring to the game. It's definitely true.
When we have finally started Eze and Odegaard in the middle together and had Rice as I'm not saying that we've been calling for that, but it does give us a more attacking impetus. Why does Kai need to drop backwards? The only reason he started today, obviously, was Arteta thought that this game suited him more. At least that's what he'll say, right? But he came back we clogged the middle of the field. Was he afraid? Were we afraid to get balls in against Burnley, who've conceded 73 goals? Look, even on the short corners we took, as soon as we took a real corner
the only one long corner we took,
we scored it. And so it felt like we were afraid to get the ball into the box and we were trying to tiki-taka our way into the goal a la Arsene Wenger. But that's because Kai Havertz was not the one in the middle. And just to drive my point home, the goal we did score was him meat and potatoes, putting a ball into the box, and the 6'4" striker who's supposed to be going down the middle scoring goals gets up in the middle and scores a goal. But because we don't try to do that in open play, because Kai Havertz is getting into pockets on the right-hand side 85% of the time he's on the ball.
Okay, I want to get into Ruki's comment because Rookie cares. Hey, I understand fully why Arteta started Havertz over Gyökeres today. Please, I need an explanation because I can't understand fully why he started Gyökeres. Did you guys watch Jake's preview yesterday? This game was made for Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres already scored against them this year.
Yeah, he's already scored for us against them.
It wasn't his first goal for the club. His first goal of the club was against Leeds.
Leeds. Yeah.
But he scored. Actually, that first half he played against Burnley before he got injured was it was amazing. Yeah, and he assisted Declan Rice's goal as well. I'm pretty sure.
It was one of his best. One of his first best performances.
It was pre-assisted Declan Rice. He was the one who played the really awesome ball to Trossard.
Into Trossard, who got the cross in.
Yeah. You know what? We played so many games, and sometimes like I have to. Yeah. You know, so funny. Like we were talking about Newcastle fan Ash the other day, and he's like, "Oh, remember that foul that Gabrielle had, whatever, or handball?" I'm like, "Which game?
Which one?"
Like, I've so many of these games. I actually don't remember like the fine details in the ones, especially in the first half of the year.
I agree. Rookie. I disagree completely, Rookie. What game were you watching, bro?
Havertz was amazing today. By the way, he wasn't perfect. He was sluggish in his timing and definitely lacks some technical security earlier on, but he was wonderful.
I don't know what you. I don't know
Rookie,
where.
Rookie, I have so much respect for you. I think you've got an amazing ball knowledge. And maybe me and Jake are, victims of Kai Havertz agenda hating. Maybe. But
there's a reason for it, though. He's not good. And we are worse with him in the team. Look at the score line. We are worse with him in the team. We would have played differently, in my opinion. We would have gotten more balls in sooner because Gyökeres would have been through the center, and I think we would have scored more goals.
The aim was to shift the block, pull it apart, and use associative play to create chances. But did
I understand that, Rookie. I understand that,
and we didn't do that.
We did do that. We shifted the block to the right hand side, but there was no one in the middle. There was no one in the middle to put the ball into to put it home. So we kept trying to shoot from the right hand side. Saka had two shots from the right hand side.
You know the one that
shot from the right hand side.
You know the one that Saka floats all the way. Do you know where Havertz is standing? He's standing further right than Saka at that time.
You're the striker, bro.
He's nowhere near.
You're the striker. You're supposed to score.
That is a goal with Gyökeres because he makes the far post run and he buries that at the back. The other one that beats the keeper that floats from Saka.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gyökeres meets that at the back.
Gyökeres is there. Gyökeres is there for sure. For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big up Rookie, but he's definitely a Seb alt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Ollie's saying. The chances were there, but no one to finish because Kai was switched with Saka. He was trying to be the right winger for some reason. Your role is to score goals from the center of the park. I didn't understand that one. I didn't get it. It was clearly intentional because he did it like 17 different times. They clearly told him to do it, but I don't understand it at all. And it was not very effective.
Okay, Rookie has more to say. Kai moving into the right-hand side and linking up with Saka and Odegaard simply was amazing and literally made Saka insanely threatening. What was amazing?
He's moved into sarcasm. I
don't know if it was sarcasm, but honestly, look at the score. We only scored from a corner. What was amazing?
I think he's moved into trolling. Because I can't with that.
I was yelling at him. I was with my dad, who, by the way, hates when I have negative energy in the game. So I was trying to hold myself back. And I'm just like putting my arms out like this. My dad's like, why every time that Kai Havertz touches the ball, I'm like, are you watching this? Because the dude gives me anxiety. The dude gives me anxiety because he's always doing the wrong things. The guy doesn't have the ability to finish. I know he scored. Yeah, great. But the ball, the one he comes and he fluffs it. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You hack at it. He looks so uncoordinated. Would be my word.
Yeah.
Like, say whatever you want about Victor, right? Yeah, his first touch is poor. He's elite. He's coordinated.
Victor has 21 goals. Kai has 6. Just throwing that out there.
Anyway, let's get into the game. And as JT says, it should have been 2-0 up by halftime. And I agree. There were a few chances there. I just mentioned one, the Havertz hack. And one thing I've questioned.
The Eze header off the bar, bro. Oh, he's got to score. Or the Eze header off a homie's back. You got to score that one, dude.
But here's one thing I question. How was Bukayo Saka not given a penalty?
Oh, yeah. Let's get into that because that's a pin for me all day long.
Because the tackle comes in. If the tackle comes in and the defender is a little bit in front of him, which means that, like, and then he wins it clean like that, I get it. But he's coming from behind. He's trying to make space. That is a last second challenge, bro. And he's made contact with Saka's foot before he touches the ball, and Saka goes down because of the challenge coming in from behind, where he doesn't see the defender. It's dangerous play.
I think that
scoring. I'm telling you, there's no reason for Saka to go down. He is one-on-one with the keeper. He's burying that.
I understand the argument. No, I understand. I understand the argument that okay, he's got to put his foot down somewhere, right? He's just putting in a challenge to put his foot. But he does not touch the ball at all. Saka, his other foot when he's being tripped touches the ball, right? And yes, the guy puts his foot down and doesn't like clatter into Saka or anything. And then Saka, who's swinging his foot to shoot, catches him. I get that. But he still stopped Saka from taking a shot.
Yeah.
By not touching the ball and not winning the ball with his challenge. No matter if he's actually like studs upped him or kicked him or whatever. No, he didn't kick him. Saka kicked the defender, but the defender put his foot in the way and impeded Saka from taking a shot and stopped him from scoring a goal by fouling him. And it's a foul. It's a clear if he's not there and doesn't do that, Saka scores.
Yeah. And then
says, it's also a dog in my opinion.
Yeah. JT says, or Don Hassam, literally the only reason why he didn't get his shot off is because the defender blocks his shooting foot.
Yeah. So for me, it's a red card and a penalty. But we scored 3 minutes later, so people aren't really gonna,
Speaking of which, and by the way, ignore some of the agendas by the commentary team upon our scoring goals. This is the audio, obviously. So just like, this is kind of the opposite of Newcastle, because in Newcastle, we kept persisting with the short corners, but eventually it paid off. Mm-hmm. This time, Arsenal finally decided, hey, how about we get the ball into the box?
Yeah, right.
And by the way, for everybody who's, give up to Kai Havertz, gets up like a salmon, puts it in. But Bukayo Saka reads Havertz's movement and places it so well. We weren't getting these. This is something I want to pinpoint. And I want to give him the credit for this, honestly. I know I admit, again, I have a Kai Havertz agenda. It's obvious. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But big up to Kyle. Going to give him some positive here. He scores potentially the most important goal, given the way the scoreline finishes. If his goal doesn't go in, this game is a different game in terms of, the commentary Tim was saying myself, like around 63 minutes. If it's 0-0 at this point, the stadium here could start getting toxic, right? The anxiety levels will be high, and this goal sort of just calms everybody right down. And we all kind of knew from this point that Arsenal would be on the brink of being the champions.
Another gigantic moment for Arsenal as the pressure cooker just builds and builds here. Great header in! Kai Havertz! It's an Arsenal corner again!
That was weird the way he said that.
It's liftoff in North London! Preferred to Gyökeres in the team. Kai Havertz delivers for Arsenal.
Well, he's absolutely justified the team selection with that header there. And Arsenal decide to put it in the box.
Justified. Again, I hate, one thing I hate about this today, I'm just going to say it bluntly, straight out, right? Arsenal won a game that I was so excited for that we would put us on the brink of being the title winners. And I'm sitting here bitching. And
well, let me say something else about what Ali said here. Put that one up. Either way, a corner and a pin is poor. So people are going to say we kind of didn't play well today, and I think in the first half, we did play well. I think that we created a bunch of chances in that first half. As they had chances, Trossard hit the bar. Odegaard took a rather tame shot that went off the guy's butt. As they headed the ball off the bar, like we created numerous chances. If you look at the stats, we definitely had double-digit attempts, and if you really look at it, at the state of the game as it went on and the flow of the game and what we were up against, did it not remind you, that second half, did it not remind you of the second leg at home versus Chelsea in the Carabao Cup second semifinal? They weren't doing anything. They weren't doing anything at all. Paranada, going nowhere, doing nothing, negative XG. So why would we overexert ourselves?
Sporting at home in the second leg of that one too.
Why would we overexert ourselves? Why would we overextend? Why would we send all guns blazes, all heavy metal, everybody go forward? Let's put 9 men in the box every single play. Why would we do that? We're already up a goal, and they are not going to do anything going the other way. We don't need goal difference. We need to win 1-0 versus Palace. 1-0. Our speciality. They weren't doing anything. Today. So we did what we had to do. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, look, absolute facts, but I hate that.
I get it. I understand.
I get the 3 points. I get the 3 points above all.
It's nervy.
But here's why. This is what. Look, guys, I think it's gonna be a moot point because at the end of the day, I said I'm very confident that tomorrow we'll be champions anyway. Right? But
it matters because we have another game.
If Man City win tomorrow, win is the only thing that wins us the title.
Well, it also matters because there's a certain Champions League final.
Yeah.
To play. And I don't want to see Kai Havertz starting the Champions League final. That's why it really matters.
Look, so Aruki goes, I didn't play Havertz literally score today. Rewatch that first time you realize the aim was for the center forward to aid for chaos, nothing more, and it was intentional. That's not what
it was intentional for the center forward not to score.
I need my center forward to score. I needed goals. I don't want to aid chaos. What is Aruki? I honestly do. Again, I'll reiterate. I have so much respect for you. You're here all the time, man, and so many times you come in here and you drop gold. I just disagree with you today.
If you're right though, I'm going to get on to Arteta because that's dumb. That's I don't like that strategy one bit. If you're right, Rookie, because I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm always all knowing or whatever. So if you're right and that's what Arteta's thinking, I don't like that at all. I want the striker to be in there to score goals. You know what I mean? I don't like that one bit. So if you're right, it still rubs me the wrong way.
But regardless, guys. I'll forget about all this tomorrow if Man City drop points. By the way, next item on the agenda, and not the Kai Havertz agenda, by the way, loving some of the comments. JT goes, I stand with the Havertz agenda. And Ali responds is, I do not stand with the Havertz agenda.
The lines are drawn.
Yeah, here you go. Ruki goes, read the truth, Anton. Y'all should quit your agendas against a player.
It's not necessarily against a specific player. I want the team to win, and Kai Havertz is not our best option.
Rookie, I said a lot worse things that I'm not going to say on stream before the stream.
Same. Trust
me.
So
this is PG. This is the PG version of how Jake and I feel about Victor Gyökeres. Not Victor Gyökeres, sorry. Kai.
Cry half hearts.
Anyway, other big breaking news. We're talking about our title rivals. It is now been announced by started out with a Daily Mail report. Now it has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and others.
Ornstein as well. It's all over the place, man.
That Pep Guardiola has resigned as the manager of Manchester City.
I mean, he's going to do the last 2 games.
Yeah. But resigned, I mean, like, he's walking at the end of the season.
That's what they're saying, yep. Nez says he won't believe it until the official club announcement, but I mean,
Fabrizio and Ornstein,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I was like, that seems pretty.
This is what Terry was saying, and this is exactly spot on. These rumors, and a lot of these journalists have known about this for a while. They just like you were saying, Nez, never have wanted to stick their neck on the line because Pep has never officially really committed to it, and so they weren't willing to then kind of put their name next to it because they would lose a lot of credibility if they were to say a certain report and then it wasn't to materialize. People like Ornstein don't need to tweet for engagement.
Right.
When he says things, he's very, 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 very calculated.
Sure. Yeah.
He will only say it when he knows about 95% confident that it's going to happen. On the odd occasion, the 5% sometimes that to retract the statement and things happen afterwards that change the bottom line. But I do believe that he is leaving. Now, interesting timing because it came at halftime of Arsenal against Burnley.
So
Jake,
weird.
Jake, what are your thoughts firstly on the news about Pep?
I don't know. It kind of strikes me as a really weird timing, And my first instinct is he trying to galvanize the team for the next game? But that just doesn't seem like a Pep move, That just seems super desperate, And maybe they are super desperate and they're just grasping at anything that's going to give them, a boost, little edge or whatever. But I would expect someone like Pep to wait until the end of the season to do that. Wait till it's all done and dusted. But maybe that's what they're after. But as far as what it's the overall picture and how it's going to shape things, I think it's leaving a vacuum that we need to fill.
Yeah, I believe. And as I said, I think it ends the Arteta out conversation. We're 2 games away.
For sure.
We're 2 games away. Regardless of what happens tomorrow, the first game wins you the Premier League. The second one wins you the Champions League. Even if we don't, there is all of our rivals are all in transition.
Yep.
If Pep Guardiola leaves, we're definitely winning next year by default.
I mean, we're definitely favorites. That's for sure.
There is a vacuum, as you just said, that is left for us to kind of fill that void.
We should be the ones filling it, yeah.
And not to go back to Kai Havertz for a second, but Andrea Berta and Arteta in this summer need to be ruthless. People have been talking about, hey, Arsenal might drop off, this year. Either it's now or never, which, by the way, hey, they said that 4 years ago. Just not true. But people are thinking, hey, once Arsenal win this, they'll drop off and somebody else will win it next year. That could be the case, but the one way to stop it is by looking at players who may not quite be at the level anymore, they're not available enough.
Yeah.
And find me guys who are more available, find me guys who are younger, find me guys who are hungrier, and swap and be ruthless. Swap them out. That's why I keep saying Kai Havertz for Alvarez. And I was saying it so many times that Seb today on the terrace kind of goes at me. He's like, this is why You want Kai Havertz and not Alvarez. I'm like, okay, that is a exact response to me.
For what? For what?
Because
I was not impressed today.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what was impressive about that? But I just can't.
Move, that type of move is the exact move that fills the void, right?
Yeah, sure.
There is a former Pep Guardiola player who is in his prime. You can bring back, give him the opportunity to actually have more responsibility than he had when he was back at Manchester City. Swap out a player who, let's be honest, is for the last 18 months is more unavailable than available, and give me one of this season one of the top 5 strikers in Europe. Right? That's an upgrade. I know Jake's gonna hate this, but I just saw a stat today that like how many times, like 3-4 times, has Odegaard completed 90 minutes across this season?
That's his biggest. The biggest worry with him is he's just never fit, man.
That's what I mean. Ben White again is injured. Timber, I'm not saying replace Timber. Timber, but we've been waiting for Timber since March to come back, and he still hasn't. The next step for Arsenal is to have players in the team who are more fit and available. I don't even care if they're better or worse players. If they're just more fit and available, it means that this team, who's, by the way, gotten across the line almost, with Saka missing huge chunks of the season, with Odegaard missing huge chunks of the season, times where Gabriel missed a huge chunks of the season, times where Saliba was missing chunks of the season. Like,
Trossard didn't score for 25 games.
Eze struggled for most of the year. Gyökeres struggled for a lot of the years. It wasn't really until 2026 rolled around where he really started to get it together, and yet we still might be winning the league. I do believe that next year, a lot of these 8 signings that we made are going to be better next year. They would have been through. Do not underestimate. Today was our 61st game of this season. Once you go through a season like that, the next year you can rest and recuperate. Your body is more used to the toll of a season that is that long. Zubimendi, as much as he's kind of faded off a little bit towards now, and we're to the point where today we're talking about Odegaard starting in the 8, and we're like, well, why didn't you start MLS? Like, Zubi is not even in that chat today, right?
Yeah. We didn't play much.
Yeah, but
let's bring it back to
that in next year. So the whole point is to bring it full circle, which is Pep being gone. I don't think City's going to be as good. Trust me, that team, the reason why they're bringing us all the way to the end, even now, is because of that man.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I agree. Yeah.
I think now is Arsenal's opportunity. We're going to be potentially winning number 14. Liverpool. I know this sounds very hyperbolic, so forgive me.
We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go to catch them.
Liverpool and United are on 20.
We got a long way to go to catch them, bro. Long way to go. Long way. Let's win this one first. Let's win this one first before we start talking about chasing down all that.
Yeah, I know, but it's an opportunity.
No, I hear you. I hear
you. There is no
no
manager. I gotta tell you, right?
But will the vacuum be that?
There's no manager out there, bar Luis Enrique, and even he is not at the level of from back in the day of a Sir Alex, of a Klopp, of a Pep, where you can bring him in from the outside and he can dominate the sport for a very long time. I don't think he is that.
Look, Ali's got it right here. Pep leaving doesn't mean we're going to dominate the next 5 years. And Maresca is a good coach. He is a good coach. He had that shit Chelsea team in that shit dumpster fire of an ownership playing well. Okay, he really did. So Maresca, even if they fall off next season, and Maresca is the next City manager, they will be very strong. Very strong. Again, Maresca is a good coach. They'll be different, but they will be strong again. And if Chelsea actually does what they're saying and gives Xabi Alonso the reins, they will be good again as well. They won't be amazing, and I have my doubts about a back 5.
I think they can be amazing eventually. I think it can be eventually. This is a manager, by the way.
Yeah,
you brought up Xabi.
It's not just going to be.
They can't sack him next season. If they this is one of those managers like Xabi is like Arteta, right? Even if he struggles for a little bit next year, you shut the fuck up about manager agendas. You shut up and let him do, because
He'll be, he
next
can get
year one.
if they let him do what he needs to do. If they don't, it doesn't matter who's there. But if they do, he can be successful. And so I think that, yes, there is a vacuum when Pep leaves, and we should fill it, next season and maybe the next season. We should still be favorites. But you don't know. You just don't know how, you just never know what's going to happen. You don't know that we could sign Julian Alvarez and then he breaks his leg a week into his Arsenal career and he's out for 9 months, just like Isak. No one knew that was coming. Isak, okay, yes, Isak's injury prone, but Mickey Van der Ven broke his leg in half. Mickey Van der Ven broke his leg in half. He didn't injure himself. He didn't pull a hamstring. Someone broke his freaking foot in half. That can happen. So you just never know about that. But to bring it back to tonight, some of Rookie was still going on about Havertz. And my biggest point was, yes, we were trying to get the ball to the back post, but Havertz was the one doing the service. He was the one that's needed to be on the back post. Trossard tucks in so narrow, he's never crashing the back post either. So if we're going to be aiming the ball for the back post, we need to have somebody there. And that should have been Kai Havertz. And whether or not he was coached to be out there, and whether it was intentional to create the chaos out there on the right-hand side, why are we aiming for the back post when no one is running to the back post?
Yeah.
That's my point.
Sandeep brings up this point. Arsenal never won back-to-back in modern football. It's not going to be easy, but we have a solid foundation. I agree. The reason why, okay, look, it sounds like I'm getting really carried when I said I don't mean to be hyperbolic. The reason why I say this
league, yeah,
is because in all of the years, we're talking about 22 years, even prior to that, there's no Sir Alex Ferguson. There is no Jose Mourinho. There is no Jurgen Klopp. There's no Pep Guardiola. Literally none of the, again, unless Luis Enrique somehow leaves PSG to come, it's gonna be Arteta and most likely Alonso. And let's see, he's at Chelsea, so you do not know.
You never know. See, I don't know with that. You just don't know. It all comes down to something that has not happened for Blueco yet. Something they have not shown us they can do yet. And so that's why I don't have any faith. Yes, Xabi Alonso is a good manager. He's proven that. But if they don't loosen the reins, it'll be the same thing.
Tell me this.
If Blueco continue to do what they did to Tuchel, to Potter, to Maresca, to Rosenyor, to everyone, I could be the manager, and it would not matter.
Can I ask you this question, right? Take Pep out because he's gone. Rank me the top 5 managers in the Premier League next season.
The top 5 next season?
In order.
If Pep's not there.
Because we know that because United have hired Carrick, we know that they're not getting a new manager. Because Liverpool have aligned with Slot, they are not getting a new manager. So Xavi is it, right? Okay, we can go, Bournemouth is going to get a new one and Palace is going to get a new one. Whoop-de-doo. It's not going to be one of the big, scary guys coming in. Maybe Newcastle get rid of Howe, but again, I don't see a world-class manager coming there either. There were a lot of talks about Jose. He's going to Real Madrid, which, by the way, is bizarre. I mean,
that's a whole other thing.
I don't know. That's a whole other thing.
Absolute cinema. I'm loving it.
Rank me now because it's basically set the top 5 managers next year because that it kind of drives my point home.
Well, it's definitely Arteta is number 1. And if Maresca does come in, I mean, he's got a shout for number 2.
Wait, Maresca over Xabi Alonso, who's been unbeaten in Germany and beat Bayern Munich.
And then utterly failed at Real Madrid. He did have a 70% win rate at Real Madrid. He just wasn't there very long. I actually don't mind Ali's ranking there. I don't know about De Zerbi being number 5.
Well, Glasner's not going to be there next year.
Glasner won't be there. Iraola won't be there. I don't know, man.
Emery's not a bad shot. Okay, so he's gone.
Emery's in there. Emery's in there somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, Emery's in there. Yeah, I don't mind that right there, actually.
You can't put Maresca ahead of Emery, by the way. What the fuck has Maresca actually done?
Yeah, I'll put Emery ahead. Emery can go ahead of Maresca. But the thing is, what are you asking about, right? Is it their chance to win the league? Then that's a question. That's questionable.
I'm just saying, who
because
in there
Emery is not an amazing league manager.
That's going to put the pressure on Arsenal.
No, look, your point is right.
Once Arsenal get it over the line, and we have the best defense. Arteta, as much as you love him or hate him, or you hate his tactics or not, he has created a sustainable model over the last 4 or 5 years that constantly has us challenging all the time. The only thing that's held us back, Pep Guardiola, and a season full of injuries a year ago. Right?
Look, man. Yeah,
even now we would have won it if Maresca was manager of City. We would have won this thing 4 weeks ago.
Perhaps, dude. I think these are definitely good conversations to have, and I do honestly agree with you. I think that the next couple of seasons in the immediate future is ours for the taking. I do agree with that. As far as we have a more established system, we're not going to change much the way we play next season. We're not in a transition or any of that, and so, yes, I do think we should, on paper, we are, favorites for the next couple of years. I would agree with that, but let's get over this. Let's get this one over the line first, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Let's go ahead and get this one over the line. You know what I mean?
To be honest, I've been so nervous. It was so close. I've been literally, and Jake, it
was close. Today was not usual. Close.
No, I've not been my usual self recently because obviously, we're there and we're so close. Like, the only way that we don't win the league is if City go win but win 2 and we don't manage to beat Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah.
But it's so fucking close, man. We could easily be here tomorrow celebrating it.
I'm relaxed, bro. I'm relaxed. I've believed for months. And the only time I had any doubt was when we were literally no longer on top of the table for 72 hours or whatever it was. And then we have not looked back. What was it? Was it Brandon? Who one of the guys on the terrace said that?
Yeah.
Since that day, since City didn't put 5 past Burnley, we've been flawless. We've been damn near flawless.
So funny to do the exact same thing.
No, that's what. I'm quoting him. Yeah. That's what. I forget which one of them said it.
Brandon.
Brandon. Yeah. And the last thing I'll say, Rookie. I see I'm done with my full factual explanation. The last thing I'll say is, yes, Kai was good, but my point has forever been my point on Kai Havertz has forever been he's not good enough.
My point on Kai Havertz,
good enough. He's never gotten us over the line. He scored today. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. But not because we made some great passage of play through the lines and got a goal, and he was on the end of it. If it was designed for Kai to create chaos, and that design was achieved, the design was flawed because we did not score from any of that. We scored from a corner kick. The design of our open play did not get it over the line. It was not good enough. The design of our free kicks was good enough. Thus, we got the game over the line. And so, in essence, Kai Havertz was not good enough once again. And Victor Gyökeres has been good enough. He's got more goals than anybody. He's got more contributions than all of them, than everyone. Far more than Kai Havertz does this season. Yes, I know he's got injuries. Gyökeres had an injury this season as well. And that's all I'm saying.
Sure, it was for a little bit. It was for a couple of weeks.
That's all I've ever said. That's all I've ever said about Kai Havertz. It's just he's not good enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
That arse though. Yeah, he keeps his ass. Cry me a river.
Lauren dropping great ones. Cry me a river.
Nice.
He's telling me to read the facts. Can you maybe copy and paste the facts? I'm like, you've said so many things, Rookie. Which ones are factual? I'm going back to read. I'll repeat. No, Havertz wasn't supposed to be there. Rather, someone is supposed to make a run. This is supposed to be unpredictable, but I fixated in a way you can clearly
Well, no one
see
made that run.
it was worked on and worked on.
Well, we can tell that they worked on it and it was intentional. I agree 100% with that. It was definitely intentional. I agree. And they executed what they were told to execute, but it didn't work because we never scored from any of it. Yeah, we did break down the low block and we got in on the right-hand side, but there was nobody who put the ball home on the backside. That's all I'm saying.
I'll look through all this stuff. I can always have a second look.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch it. Sure, why not?
I'll definitely go back and watch it. And I'm always happy to be proven wrong. I'm not a person who's going to be stubborn and stick to something if it happens to be wrong. But
I'm not hating. I'm not hating, Rookie. I'm not hating. We have a better option, so we should use the better option. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm not hating. He's not as good as Gyökeres.
At the end of the day, if Kai Havertz was this amazing striker that all of a sudden he's been made out to be, then we never would have been so desperate to buy a striker.
Exactly.
Take us back to almost a year ago. It was all we were actually. I'll tell you exactly what happened a year ago. Europa League's final is coming up on Wednesday or in 2 days. I was sitting there.
Don't get me started, bro.
I was sitting there because I saw all the links with Gyökeres to United, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I want Spurs to win the Europa League so United don't get Champions League, so that we're a shoo-in to get Gyökeres because I'm so desperate. I'd rather have the piece that wins us the league.
I wanted him last January, 2 Januaries ago. Not this past January, but January 2025. I remember taking a poll. Somebody asked, who would you like to have at Arsenal this January? I said Gyökeres and Marmoush. But we didn't do that. We didn't do the Marmoush one, but we ended up getting Gyökeres.
I mean, the year before last year, the Sterling year, right? We're coming towards the end. And I was like, hey,
where all we got was Marie.
I was like, I want a striker named Victor. If it was Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen, I wanted a striker named Victor.
Rookie, come on, bro. Kai isn't a striker. Come on. What is he doing?
He certainly ain't a 10. He certainly ain't a 10. He certainly ain't an 8 because he sucks at those.
He's a bench warmer. That's what he is. Oh,
what is he? Is he a right winger?
He's definitely not a right winger.
That's what I'm saying. What is he?
Come on, Rookie.
What he is he's literally
he's not good enough to hold down any positions.
He's the one
and so he's a floater.
He's the one. I keep saying to everybody who asks me, what's going to stop Arsenal in the league? Kai Havertz. He is the one distraction, the one thing that would stop us from eternal glory. And what happened today? And Arteta can count himself lucky.
So lucky. The man should have been a shadow striker. He should have been sent off is what he should have been. He should have been taking an early shower.
That's it. What are we doing 1-0 up? We're fucking making slide tackles into Burnley players.
Crazy. And it was petulance is what it was. It was petulance because he lost the ball.
Instead of chasing the goals. He distracts us from the main job. We're all talking about, look at him moving side to side and the positions he opens up when we're trying to beat low blocks. You know how to beat low blocks? You put it in the box and you have a boot of a striker, just put it in. At the end of the day, we scored from a corner, and he scored it, but it was Saka's deliveries. And you know why I know that? Because Saka was out for so long, and I kept coming on here, this show, every single time, and being like, do you know what we need? We need Bukayo Saka back to put in those corners and set the tone. Noni Madueke wasn't doing that. Kind of he did it for the Eze goal, but come on, like, who are we kidding? That was
don't do that, Rookie. Don't do that. I would score goals for Bayern. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Give Kai to Bayern.
I would love to give Kai to Bayern. I would love that, actually. Please do that. But I would score goals for Bayern Munich. Don't do that.
Bayern would pay some good money to have him.
Look, I respect you 100%, Rookie, and I'm very grateful that you're always here, man. I respect you and your footballing opinion. So I'm just agree to disagree. You know, at the end of the day, we can just agree to disagree. And the only reason that I'm like stuck on it today is I'm desperate for Gyökeres to start the Champions League final. That's all. That's the only reason I'm on the soapbox is because I need Gyökeres to start the Champions League.
Do you know? Actually, I was thinking this before we kicked off the game. If we did win 5-0 after Kai Havertz started, we would have had more problems than anything because all of a sudden the calls would have been, hey,
yeah, make sure he has to start. I'm really hoping that this performance today, that Arteta has opened his eyes and like, nah, we can't do this in the Champions League final.
Gyökeres 100% start against Palace. I will actually caveat this. If City drop points tomorrow, Harrison Anus should start against Crystal Palace.
Well, there is, and I've thought about this a little bit. There is the thought of maybe, having a little momentum, starting the lineup that's going to start at Budapest and then taking them all off at halftime, taking 5 people off at halftime. Just to kind of get it in rhythm, get it, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to play.
Is it Harriman? I said Harrison and Noose, but it's Harriman and Noose.
And then bring the kids for the second
bring
half.
in Max. But I saw Max stripping off. I thought he was about to come on. I was surprised that he didn't actually. I thought he was about to bring him on. So I was interested that didn't happen, but it also wouldn't have made sense for where we were in the game. Maybe it would have, because just the chaos would have gotten Burnley on the back foot a little bit. I think Gyökeres is a great option, but any top team in this modern football environment will love his profiles.
Okay.
I just think that I'd rather have you know what this is? Because I'm going to bring up Alvarez, and Ruki doesn't like Alvarez. But I would see. This is we just see the game a bit differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have 2 different profiles. I'd rather have a Victor Gyökeres, a brute force goal scorer, and a Julian Alvarez can play so many different positions, play in the 10, play in the 9. He's a bit of a smaller option, bit of a faster option. That's I
can see yours, JT. I can see your stuff, JT. He says his messages are getting, but not getting through, but they're there. But no, I agree 100% with you, man. The difference between Alvarez and Havertz is I think Alvarez can do the things that Havertz can do apart from aerial ability. Obviously, he's half his size, but his finishing is far better than Havertz. Far better than Havertz. Some of the free kicks that the man can take too.
Yeah.
Woo.
Dude, think about this, right? Think about a world where nobody knows who's taking our free kick. You got Rice, you got Eze, you got Alvarez. You have no idea, and all of them have the ability to score. The set piece, he fits our identity of Arsenal a lot more.
And he's very forward thinking too. You know how we've been accused of not wanting to, we'd win the ball high up, but then we'd slow it down instead of immediately attacking. When Alvarez wins the ball high up, he's looking for goal. He's going for it. No. We need them both.
That's why the conference. I'm very happy
for Gyökeres.
I'm very happy, Jake, that we're not the only ones who are bringing this up, because I'm happy, because originally Alvarez was being used as a alternative because Gyökeres wasn't good enough, and now it's actually Alvarez is the Kai Havertz alternative. And it's not just me who's saying it now. So I'm really glad. Like, even when I was speaking to Terry about it, even Terry agrees that if Alvarez was to come in, it would be to upgrade on Havertz.
Yeah. Ruki says Berta's going to Turkey and Osimhen might come in. I don't mind that either. I don't mind Osimhen.
Osimhen is too similar to the Gyökeres.
He is very similar to Gyökeres, though. Very similar to Gyökeres. Absolutely, I agree with that. But honestly, unless you're going to give me Erling Haaland, I'm not swapping anybody for Gyökeres.
Would you swap Gyökeres for Igor Thiago?
No, definitely not. No. Nope.
That's what I'm saying. I know the stats say, hey, Igor Thiago's got more goals than Gyökeres.
Half of his goals are pens. Half of Igor Thiago's goals are penalties.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's a fantastic player, but I wouldn't swap him for Gyökeres.
Look, there's Alexander Isak, and I do assume that in year 2 at Liverpool, if he stays fit, that he is obviously one of the best strikers around.
He doesn't stay fit, though.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And after another long-term injury, it's going to be tougher to keep fitness.
I'm not even going to get into that weak-ass Spider-Man Argentinian.
La Araña. They call him La Araña in.
Is that what they actually call him? Actually, what they call him?
The spider. They call him the spider. La Araña. Yeah.
You guys are in lockstep, you and Lauren. Havertz found really his position, sadly, not where the ball ever is. I feel like you just text her things to say.
Yeah. hey, JT, that's my wife, and she's trolling a little bit, just a wee bit, just a little bit,
just a little bit,
just a little wee bit.
All right, we're not going to be here forever.
Ursula. That's a different profile to Gyökeres, Ursula.
Asula. I don't want. No.
Ursula, yeah.
No. I mean, I like.
He's all right. I'd rather Alvarez.
I like Krupi a little bit from Bournemouth. I do.
He's young.
He's young. But wait, you guys see that we're about to get the left winger from Leicester, the young kid, the 16-year-old. He's
I see we're linked. Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. I know. That looks looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And by the way, Marty from AFTV drops on the live chat today that he's very confident that Tino Livramento is going to be an Arsenal player next year. He did the same thing with Eze. So
are we worried about Calafiori?
No, Tino Livramento is right.
He's a left back. Oh, he plays right back. Okay. Sure. Yes. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I think he's good. Lewis Hall's very good too over at Newcastle.
Me and Negative Dan are gonna have to have a chat. Or is it positive? I don't know. Because the AFTV title goes, letting Kai Havertz start is a correct decision.
No, I disagree.
Them boys. I love
Lewis
them
Hall's
boys.
a left back, Livramento.
They've been pushing that agenda the whole year. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if that's my boy Positive Dan who said that. Dan also the same guy who on the preview said, hey, let's go 1-0 up and defend the lead. And then predicts 5-0.
Yeah. Put up JT's comment.
Any Spazzle disagreements, just drop some shade on Havertz and all is forgotten. Absolutely.
Facts. Well, absolutely,
all right, guys.
Sandy. Later on, bro. Thanks for being here.
Let's wind down the post-game show. Let's do quick player ratings. It's been a while.
Get some ratings in.
Yeah. David Raya. Did we just go in incomplete? I mean, he fell on his back, at the end. But
he didn't have
I just
to
don't know if he was.
anything.
I don't know if he did. Did he have to make a save?
He wasn't
Did
involved.
he have to make a save?
No. He didn't even have enough of the ball to make his normal heart-in-mouth gaff moment where he runs 70 yards out of the goal and does a slide tackle for no reason. Like, he didn't even do one of those. Like, 8 because he got a clean sheet. Good job. Move on.
hey, you know what? He's now great stat.
He's got like 27 clean sheets this season.
He's got 19 clean sheets in the Prem. That means all total. And today, 50% of Arsenal's games would have been clean sheets. That's insane.
Hey, later on, JT. Hey, if we win tomorrow night, we should do the call in. We should get JT on as well.
Oh,
he was talking about a call in show.
The link is being placed in the chat from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And by the way, my former co-host, I've already told him. And he's promised me, my light went off. He's promised me that he will be, he's told me he sold his camera and he sold his microphone, but he'll come on his, look.
On whatever. On
his phone. But he promised, he said, when we win the league, I will make a cameo. So.
Hell yeah. Put Ollie's comment up right after JT when he says he's leaving. Put the next one.
Seeing when Jake is sleeping.
That'll be an argument. That'll be a huge fight.
I love Lauren. Lauren goes, "Lol, my ring is really pretty."
Yeah.
And then I got my girlfriend will be like, "Hey, yo, where is my ring, Anton?"
No, we don't want to put that pressure on you.
Yeah, no, yeah. I wish that upon a child they've had 2 feet, 2 left feet.
Oh no! Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, up the cherries. JT says.
I know. Up the cherries.
Up the cherries for sure.
By the
Later
way,
on, Blazing Gunner.
Bournemouth fans are desperate to win. I've been looking at. They've been popping up on my social media. Their posts.
Well, they have to.
They're desperate.
So if they draw, Liverpool clinch Champions League, and it's done by league position, and only the back door of Villa and the Champions League. But that also means that Liverpool would have to leapfrog Villa in the league as well, because if Villa finish 4th and Pool finish 5th, then the Europa League place doesn't matter. It won't be 6. So Bournemouth have to win.
But I was actually thinking about it on the facts you've been speaking. I think the other team that wants to see the Arsenal win the league more than anybody is Bournemouth, because if Arsenal win the league, Bournemouth are in the Champions League.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it would go to the final day. Liverpool would have to lose again.
Because as well, if Villa lose to City,
they'd be in 5th.
Yeah.
They would absolutely be in 5th. No, you're right. It would still work out. If Bournemouth say they drew tomorrow, which wouldn't be enough. That would clinch Champions League for
because the City win, they're not making the Champions League. Bournemouth. Brighton could skip them, right?
Yeah.
Brighton have got a Manchester United team at the beach on the weekend, and they play at home, right?
So technically, Bournemouth got to win, man. They just got to win. They absolutely have to win to control their own thing. And then,
at the end of the day, guys, City, I don't understand, and maybe I do, because you have to kind of make sure you win the trophies. But most of their key players, bar Shirky comes on at the halftime. Most of their key players played the 90 minutes. There weren't really many subs laid on by Pep in that game. So, and then again, they're out there. By the way, did you notice that they wore the exact same shirts after they won the FA Cup than they did when they won the Carabao? The winners, 26. It's the exact.
Didn't even make a new shirt.
Yeah, like they're out. It's like it's so emotional to go ahead and win a cup final. You saw the way that cup final was being played as well, by the way.
Chelsea, man, I can't stand Chelsea, dude. Let's sit back and defend for half the game, and then we'll try to go for it in the second half.
Ali, you're not looking at it, and you're looking at it in the opposite way that me and Jake will, because we talked about this the other day on the preview show, right? Man was twerking for all big 6 clubs from October, right? Since he left, they have not lost a game. There's no way in hell, if the greatest karma ever would be if Bournemouth was to deny him his chance to win the league. Antoine Semenyo.
That'd be so awesome.
That would be absolute karma.
If Semenyo drops a hat trick, Evan Nielsen will too. Let's go, baby.
Junior Krupi, Ryan. Hey, Ryan,
There's your 3 goal scorers right there.
Not Ryan Shirky, just Ryan.
Just Ryan. He's so good, he's only got one name. Like Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Ronaldo. They only had the one name, man. They didn't the rest of the other names, Cristiano Ronaldo, that's a special category. But when you're Brazilian and your name is Pele, you got one name, badass.
Ronaldinho. Gabriel.
You got one name because you're awesome. You notice how everyone says Gabriel Martinelli. He doesn't have the one name. Oh, I don't know why I had to throw some shade at Martinelli.
Man City winning every game and still losing the league like they did to us in 20. Well, there's the silver lining. That's a good way to end on this off. Well, we're actually gonna finish our play ratings. We started them.
Yep.
But 2 years ago, we did not go into the final season with it in our hands.
That's the
A
difference.
year ago tomorrow was the game where Spurs belly flopped, and I still believe that Son missed on purpose to allow us not to win the league, right? And which gave them, meaning that they had to win against West Ham, which they did within like 2 minutes before I can even look up. Foden had fucking scored. But we won that last day anyway. And, you know, we had to sit there with our hands on our hip looking up. And I'm like, oh, crap. You know, I can see Declan. I remember Declan Rice's face now. And Arteta goes, guys, it's okay. We'll go again. This time we win. We're the champions. Full stop, regardless of what happens tomorrow. And for me, I think that's a blessing. And that's kind of should be really the focus. So whatever, this is the thing, right? Man City players, you can even hear it afterwards. They actually sound like the internet trolls that support them. Like listen to Rodri talk. He sounds like a fucking internet troll. Oh, you know, when Arsenal drop points, you know, blah, 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 blah. You have a fucking game against Bournemouth. Hey, right now it's got nothing to do with Arsenal. The title rests in your hands. You win.
I love the role reversal. I love the role reversal. I absolutely love it.
You win, you keep going. You drop points, we're the champs.
Yeah, and you know what word's gonna come out tomorrow if they don't.
Oh yeah. That's actually another thing though. I'm not gonna just have a bottle. It'll be a glass bottle filled with champagne. How about that bottle?
I'm just saying, every time Arsenal didn't do what they needed to do to get it over the line to win the league, that's what we got called. So now it's in your hands, Man City. If you can't beat the world's biggest bottlers, what are you? Like Terry's been saying this whole time.
What I said today on the terrace. I said
that's Terry's been saying it for time. If you can't beat the world's biggest bottlers, what are you?
That's what I said to Terry, right? I said, I've been watching you for a long time, and it's made me come to this realization. I was complaining about, you know, I wanted us to win it tonight. I wanted us to win it in the Emirates and, you know, lift the trophy.
That would have been ideal, right? For sure.
It would have been ideal. And you know, you can thank the Bournemouth really game for that. You can thank the Wolves game for that. Any combination, or you can actually even thank Everton bottling a 3-1 lead for that, because it would have been done as well.
Yes.
But whatever it is, the beautiful irony that could happen tomorrow is that City drop the points, which make us the champion, which means they bottled it.
Yeah. That's why I said I love
where will Tal be tomorrow night?
Now. All that pressure is on them now.
Where will Tal be tomorrow night? Where will his bottle be? Is he bringing it to the Vitality? If they were to drop points.
I hear what Rookie's saying. I hear it, you know, doing it ourselves, getting over the line, making them lose. You know, they won on the final day. They did a good run at the end and still lost. I get that, but also just get it over the line, man. Let's come on, Bournemouth. Just do it. You know, if you recall, Leicester didn't give 2 Fs when they won. When Chelsea won them the league.
We bottled the league, and well, actually, that one was 22-23, right? We dropped points to Forest, and City celebrated from home, and there were videos that went around everywhere.
That's how I want it to be. That's how I want it to be. For sure.
No, I want. This is what I want, and this is what I think is going to happen. Actually, I think City's drop points. I think it'll be 1-1. We said 2-2. I think it'll be 1-1. After I listened to Terry's, by the way, that app, that
AI app, yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Is it?
Some of the results. We need that shit for our show, dude.
For our predictions.
Like,
I'll get on there. Yeah. I'll get on there and check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah,
dude, it's so good. But it said 1-1. After, by the way, today with all the predictions, 4-0, 5-0. His app said 1-0. I'm like, how? Did his app realize that Arteta was going to bottle his starting 11?
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe the robots are really taking over. Maybe they know everything. But anyway, let's get back to these ratings.
Let's get up to the player ratings. So I think I'm going to give Raya an 8 because 50% of Arsenal's games this year, more than that actually right now, but guaranteed at least, have had Arsenal having a clean sheet. It's got nothing to do with today, but what an achievement. 19 clean sheets. If we I actually believe he's going to get to 20. Like if
That's got to be a record.
Gets his way and City win, I think we keep a 20th clean sheet at Selhurst Park.
That has to be 20 clean sheets is insane. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but his performance today, there's nothing to criticize because didn't have to do anything.
Didn't have to do anything. Oh.
And look, it's good. It's good to have a game where he didn't have to do anything.
We didn't do anything.
Let's go to Mascara, who actually I thought had a really good game today.
I thought he was good. I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I thought he was fantastic. There was a couple of moments, where we kind of, they got the ball up the field a little bit, and Gabriel had to cover, but that's because he was high up the pitch or whatever. But other than that, yeah, I don't think he put a foot wrong. I don't think he didn't really get involved in stupid stuff like some of the other guys. He kept his head. He played well, and anytime they went at him, I was like, they ain't getting by him. No way. And so, I was, So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, I agree. I'll give him an 8. One thing I'll point out, though, is that I was a bit just disappointed by it today. It's almost as if the Burnley players listened to Arteta's press conference where he was like, look, I got Mascara at right back, but I'm going to have to kind of get a little bit creative with who else I put at right back because I don't have anybody else available. It was if they were trying to get him hurt all the time. Dude, going in on him all the time.
Oh, man. They were playing a little bit dirty, I thought.
Dude, Fleming.
Frustrating.
What a piece of shit.
The commentators kept trying to big this guy up. Oh, this guy's good. It's hard to get double-digit goals for a relegation team. This guy is shit. And he's not getting by anyone at all. You know what he did today? Fleming's best moves today were trying to hurt our players. That's what he did today. Absolute bomb.
Oh, my God.
Get out of here.
All right. Gabriel and Saliba back together. Not back together again. It's been since last time we did the ratings because it's been so long since we've actually done them.
Did they put a foot wrong? I don't think they put a foot wrong. 99 for me. 9s. The only picky
Saliba did have one little bad mistake that we almost let them in. I forgot what it was, but at some point in the second half, and I remember saying to my dad, that is rare that Saliba makes. I'll have to watch back again because I don't remember games like it's so. Some of these last games, one of the reasons we haven't done player ratings is because you got so much emotions into this that it's really hard to keep track of everybody's performances. Like things happen in a blur.
The only thing I'll be nitpicky about is a couple of times, and I get it near the end of the game. I get it. We're just get the ball out. I get that. But there was a couple of times where it was a little bit rushed, a little bit hurried. When we could have brought it down because they just were not putting any pressure on us at all.
Yeah. If I was going to say one of them was better, I'd say that Gabriel was the better one today of the two.
So we'll do 89. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right, let's move to the other side. Before he was taken off, he played right wing today. He played central midfield. He played up front, everywhere but left back. Ricardo Calafiori.
I mean, I thought he enjoyed himself. I'll tell you that much. I definitely thought he enjoyed himself out there today. He didn't have to make any big tackles. He didn't really have to do any tough defending. All the defending that had to be done was done by Gabriel. I think that he gave us some width at times on the left-hand side. I thought he was decent. I'll give him a 7. Yeah.
It's so funny, Rookie and us. We're just having different views of the game today. I'm looking.
That's okay. That's what makes life beautiful.
That's fine. But it makes Rookie is contributing to this show.
Oh my God, Rookie! And oh my God,
it's better that than we're literally all having an ass kiss fest and we all fucking agree with everything together. Like that's boring, right?
I agree 100%. This is great.
Mascara was a good 7. Needs more technical security and responsibility. Can I tell you guys? Mascara showed Ben White. I know I hate because Ben White got hurt, right? He really showed Ben White up today because I thought Mascara was really good.
Well, he's a defense first kind. He's a defense first kind of defender.
Solid defensively, yeah.
I'm a fan.
I loved it. See, this is where I remember him making a few mistakes in this game, Saliba. Nothing really obvious or costly, but he wasn't a 10. 10
it's hard. It's really hard to give a defender, a superb, amazing, incredible rating in that game because they didn't face much, man. They really didn't. And that's why even though people are saying it was nervy, whatever, fans were biting their fingers in the thing, right? I was never worried. I was never worried we were going to concede. Not once, not ever.
I'll tell you this much, Jake, right? The game where if we keep a clean sheet where everyone's getting a 10 would be the Champions League final.
There you go.
That means
if we keep them out, you damn right people are getting 10s.
Yeah, 100%.
If we keep those guys out, yeah, everybody's definitely getting 10s.
Yeah, Gabriel 7. Was he a 7? Wait, Calvary 8.
He was combining with Trossard. They were doing some good combos. I'll give you that. Yeah,
they was. Yeah, some of them. Yeah, he did release Trossard out on especially the early parts of the second half. He actually released Trossard out on the left. Yeah. On the left wing.
When we did get wide on the left. And Trossard was having some joy out there, actually, going past the guy.
Nana Stash. Do we need to do this?
We're not going to. Have no worries, Nana Stash. We're not going to. And guess what?
It might not even matter.
It might not even matter. In Saliba, we trust. Simple as that. Hey.
I will give my prediction for the Crystal. I'm waiting actually until after Man City's game before I start talking about Crystal Palace. There's so many different ways.
I'm gonna do a preview either way. I'm gonna do a preview either way. Either it's gonna be like a super serious, oh my god, we have to win this game kind of preview, or it's gonna be, oh my god, let's party. Either way, we'll be here.
Do we even do the upset alert on Friday if we win the league?
Of course. We got to get that in.
No, but as I was saying, by the way, before, the best case scenario would be for them to drop points tomorrow, and Eze gets a standing ovation as he gets a guard of honor at Selhurst.
Yeah. Look, there's another game tomorrow with massive implications. See, if Spurs get a point, they're safe. So what I need is a Chelsea victory. I need a Chelsea victory tomorrow so we can do upset alert. I'm something on the final day.
I'm keeping my trap closed about my tears now.
Yeah, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I think you can guess where I might go with it, regardless of tomorrow's result.
Oh yeah, I think I know.
But I'm excited. There'll be some whole heap of content, which hopefully begins. By the way, guys, tomorrow, if Arsenal are champions, I will be streaming from my balcony. I'll somehow have a setup because we're lighting this bad boy on fire. I'm gonna give you a bit of a look into my plan. So I did say on the football terrace today that I will be lighting this up on the terrace. That was a lie. I'm being a bit selfish here, right? Everyone wants to know how Anton's going to celebrate when we win the Premier League. I just know it. I've gotten confirmation. Everybody's asking me, everybody's like, I'm going to be so tuned in. It's been a build up. I'm going to tease everybody. I'm going to put this in the mouth, obviously, at the terrace. But I'm going to be like, if you want to see me light this bad boy up, we're going to do in the post-game show on Fire Them Cannons, and y'all going to have to wait and come there to see it because we're doing it here. I got to do it on my channel.
We will be here. We will be here. Trust me.
We will be here. I'll actually, I don't think I'm going to drink the champagne. I think I'm just going to shake it up and spritz it everywhere.
Just right at my camera. Just right at the camera. Fuck the camera. Let's.
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna get a new setup. I'm gonna get a new setup afterwards because I'm gonna throw champagne all over everything.
Oh, dude. Do I get the expensive champagne or the cheap champagne if I'm not?
Just get some Brut Prosecco. Just if you're not gonna drink it, just get some Brut and be done with it. Something cheap, some Prosecco.
But that's it.
Something.
So it's tentative. It's tentative.
Yeah. But have it on standby for Sunday anyway.
We will be having a victory cigar live stream tomorrow. And the chat is the link we put pinned to the top of the chat. All of you guys, all of you guys,
everybody come and celebrate. Everybody's coming to celebrate.
We're having it's going to be a champions party.
That's what's up, man.
You don't even need to put your camera on. I just need to hear if you're a bit camera shy, You don't even need to bring your
That's
camera.
fine.
Just give me the little
Just put a
profile.
logo
pic
up, yeah, something. Yeah.
Right? Just tell us how you feel, guys. It's been 22 years.
22 years. Absolutely.
Even if you need to get
Let's
one of
keep
those
going.
like audio generated, it changes the sound of your voice.
Yeah, a voice changer.
Whatever. The ones that they use when people are trying to like.
You can come on as one of those QAnon guys.
Yeah. Whatever, guys. Whatever. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I peer pressured Cal. I'm like, you are coming. Oh, I got work. Nah, you're coming. Take a day off work. Also want the Premier League.
For real, dude.
I told him. So just like by the way, I'm peer pressuring Hamza, not via Terry and because I said to Terry and KJ afterwards before I came on here, I'm like, guys, between you and me, I'm telling you, Hamza would have been here tonight had we not won this game.
Of course he would have.
If his team drops points tomorrow, you are hounding him to make sure he comes on.
He better be here. He better be there. I swear to God. But we'll leave that for tomorrow. Let's keep it rolling with the rating.
Let's keep it rolling. All right.
We got to the midfield.
I want to talk about some of the defensive substitutions because he needs to be mentioned.
My man,
Piero
Cheeks.
In Capia.
Piero Cheeks in Capia. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
What an ass.
10 out of 10 for that ass. 10 out of 10 for that beautiful ass.
He literally mooned. You know what's so funny? This is the way I'm gonna do it when I do my memes. He was mooning all of the Arsenal haters, all the hate watchers. What's the name of the Liverpool guy? The one who's always like, oh, it's a foul in the build-up. Key Thomas. He was like, Key Thomas.
Oh my God, that guy.
Look at my beautiful Ecuadorian ass.
Look at that ass. Oh, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for that ass right there, baby.
Saeed, kiss my Ecuadorian ass.
Yeah.
Who's the other one who always the other Chelsea guy? Liam Rosinia's lookalike.
Matisse.
Kiss my Ecuadorian ass.
My titties.
LB, you're taking a look at this bad boy?
Oh, kiss that Ecuadorian. Beautiful stuff. And he played well too.
10.
He gets a 10 out of 10 for that ass. That's for sure. For sure. Dude. Oh, God. That's amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Keep your shorts on, my man, all right?
Yeah, don't roll over. Don't roll over, bro. We don't want to traumatize the whole world. The Premier League sending sanctions. We're getting points deductions.
Dude, what would have happened? I was so surprised the Premier League actually let you get like a full, like they went to the VAR review and everything.
It was on the Jumbotron. They put his ass on the Jumbotron.
I'm surprised they didn't blur it out. I'm really surprised.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked they didn't blur it out.
HD. Like
it's live, bro. They couldn't blur that out. It's live.
Oh my!
If he'd have rolled over, I'm telling you, if he'd have rolled over, that would have been the greatest thing to happen in the Premier League all season. It still might be. It still might be, bro.
Oh!
I can hear the trolls now. It's the most exciting thing to happen in an Arsenal game all season.
Don't tell me that Arsenal are boring to watch.
Yeah, we're definitely. You can't say that shit. Oh, God.
Moving on to the midfield. Declan Rice named actually man of the match by the Premier League today. I could give him a 9. I know against Burnley again, but
he did the quiet stuff. That tackle, bro. That goal-saving tackle, though. That was a goal-saving tackle. Homie was about to shoot from 6 yards out. He was about to bang that in from point-blank range. And Rice just like, nope, not today, baby. Yeah. He's on my thumbnail.
Rice was like, hold off before you give Bruno the player of the season, which I think they probably will. The logic is probably that we've got too many candidates and they're just going to cancel each other out and Bruno's going to take it.
Yeah.
But again, it's my type of man of the match. It's the off the ball defending.
He's an absolute monster.
It doesn't need to be G and A. It does not need to be G and A. That's why Declan Rice is my favorite player. That's why he's on the back.
Nice. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? Because he represents everything I love about football.
Legend.
He represents my ethos of how the game should be played. And it's He literally. So yeah, for me, I wouldn't quite give a 10 rookie because it's Burnley. I had to say, I know. Look, it's the game. It's again, this was the game that for me, it's like, get me to 82 points. That's what I said. Get me to 82 points, put us on the cusp, and put the pressure on City to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum requirement, and we did it. So again, from that point of view, 10. But again, he does that against PSG. We're
14.
talking different story. Keeps Batinha in his pocket.
Yeah. Levels.
We're talking Neves. Different story. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Let's move on. Captain Odegaard, given the spot ahead of MLS today, how did you feel? I thought he was great.
I thought he was very good. I thought he was attempting passes.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the scoop that he does, but sometimes it's effective.
Scoop, huh?
Sometimes it's effective. I like that he was trying the incisive passes. I like that he was looking around the corner. I like that it wasn't what he's accused of a lot of, mostly side to side, mostly back. I thought he was definitely forward looking today, forward thinking. And it was interesting to see that he went 90 minutes or almost went 90 minutes. So I think that's a good sign as well. Yeah, I'll give him an 8. I thought he did well.
I'm actually looking to see if my brother got an AFTV. It doesn't look like it. I'm going to question him on that. Probably was too tired. I was looking to see if my brother got an AFTV before we got off, but I can't see a video. Yeah.
Word.
I have to have a word with him on the side. Why can't you? When we're at the maybe it's hard when you're at the Emirates because there's so many more people who are lining
so many
up
people
together.
there.
Yeah, it's like almost like when you're going away from home, the away fans, of course, is a smaller percentage of people. I would put Odegaard between an 8 and 9 today.
Sure.
I thought his influence was all over the game today. The control. This is what
we won every second ball though. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Rice won every second ball, and so we just had opportunity after opportunity.
By the way, the duel winning by everybody today, especially in the key moments, right? Again, while Conor McNamara is trying to tell everybody that Arsenal's hanging on, whatever, anything can happen right now. Arsenal winning.
We were not hanging on. It was comfortable. We won everything.
We were winning all the duels when it mattered. Everybody. And Odegaard as well. I bigged him up at the time. I remember clapping him up. I'm like, that's my captain.
Yep.
People were telling me how he shot out of the duels against Aston Villa and all that stuff, right? Not today. So big him up, big up Odegaard. Absolutely. And I thought he was a spark plug today. But MLS coming off the bench, though, I'd say he was good too.
Locked it down. Yeah. For his role, for his time in the game, it wasn't much. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah. I thought the commitment was good. Yeah.
Did you see him actually trying to calm other people down too? Yeah, MLS came in there and was like, "Yo, let's think. Let's be. Let's." Well, I was like, "Dude,
one thing I will say, right? We're going to get to those players in a second, and of course, we just spent so much of the today talking about it. But for some of these players are on our team today, you were just head loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is going on there? We so got away with so much shit.
Yeah.
Like, why is Trossard getting into fights with Zion Fleming? And
I understand it. I get it. The dude hacked at Eze. And so you're coming to protect your boy. But like the second to last game of the season is not the game to take a dumb red, bro. I think Trossard's a little bit lucky to not get the yellow.
I listened to Terry talk to Henry right yesterday, right? And he was saying the only way I see Arsenal not winning this game is if they get a man sent off in the first 10 minutes. And it almost fucking happened.
We almost did because he was on some dumb shit. Like, bro, come on, Trossard. You're better than that.
Yeah. Let's move to Eze, because I thought that Eze game was a bit indifferent. There were times where he had some great moments. He had gotten to the box, almost headed home a winner. He had a few really good swivel shots on the turn. He was running at defenders. He was doing some good things, but then there were
tried to recreate the Henry goal.
Then there were some really bad giveaways. Yeah. Where I was thinking it is a toss-up right now between who I take off for Yucker. Is it Eze or is it Havertz? Because there was a little bit.
That, to his credit, he did chase that one down.
there were questions amongst the fans that I was with that was like, we're all a bit frustrated with Havertz, but Eze right now is giving the ball away. And I, of course, you know me, Jake, I'm like, no. I will never, ever, not today, put Havertz in the 10. No. No. And then, of course, Havertz made everybody's mind up for us when he almost got sent off, and he made his mind up for Arteta.
Yeah, I agree that Eze it was in and out of the game.
I wouldn't say as low as 6.5. I
half.
wouldn't say as low as 6.5. I'd say he was.
I was going to say
7.5.
I was going to say 7. He faded in that second half, and that's why he wasn't involved in the second half. But
yeah,
to be fair, we weren't really trying to go at it in the second half. So I understand that,
Yeah.
And but I thought for the moments that he was a part of, he looked sharp. He didn't really try and come get the ball too much. There wasn't a bunch of movement in there for him to, I don't think he necessarily knew where to fit in between Rice and Odegaard, who were both trying to come back and get the ball and be a part of the buildup. And so he only really got involved higher up the pitch.
Oh yeah,
I agree with this, dude.
Rookie, I agree, but I'm not a player.
That's fair.
I was fucking cussing. I was cussing out Zion Fleming in the pub.
Yeah,
so was everybody.
Sure.
So was all the other 200 fans in there as well. Like we're all like, this guy's a cunt, fucking asshole.
Absolutely.
Like, dude, of course. But I'm not a player, right? Like, end of the day, you have a responsibility just to keep us on the pitch, because if you keep 10 men on the pitch, we win the game.
Well, speaking of, man, Trossard was very good, except for all that BS.
Right. Now we'll move on to that. By the way, before that, Zubimendi doesn't really get a score because he comes on after 90 minutes.
He played for.
He comes on at 93 minutes, I think. It was the
same with Nelly. Same with Martinelli. Actually, I can yell at him for the bobblehead. What the hell was that?
Doesn't he come on during the Raya injury timeout? That's when he comes on, right?
Yeah. But Martinelli had the one chance where it
looked like the Bayern Munich goal.
Where freaking Kyle Walker ran him down because he couldn't control the ball. What are you doing?
Dude, that almost looked like the Bayern Munich goal. The one
if he'd have controlled it, if he'd actually got the ball under control, but he let a 37-year-old Kyle Walker run him down.
Oh my God. By the way, I've got words from Kyle Walker because I loved the beauty of watching
I don't like him
the ball. No, but the goal that we scored, right? You see how the ball just travels past him as you watch as it crossed the line.
Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful. It was beautiful stuff.
I really don't like him at all, and I was happy to hear him getting booed. That was great stuff.
Of course, dude. Not only do he play for Man City, he played
Spurs,
for Spurs. Right.
Yeah.
For
Trossard, I'll still give an 8 for a Trossard because I thought he was. I like what he's doing. I thought he's executing his, part of the tactics, well. I thought he was getting back on D when he needed to. I thought he was going at his man when he had space on the one-on-ones. I thought he was that. You know what? I'll give him a 9 because he didn't get punished. If he'd have gotten punished, it would have been more. But yeah.
Martinelli. Again, he comes on in the 93rd minute.
He doesn't really get a grade. Yeah.
He almost puts us 2-0 up, right? And I don't know why.
If you're gonna give him a grade, he's getting marks taken for that play, not given, because he should have got that under control.
So -1.
There you go.
Or 4. Well, maybe you start at 5.
Well, there you get a 4. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 4. We don't start at 0. Look, Rookie's giving Saka an 8. I actually didn't really think this was one of Saka's better games today, honestly. He carried a threat. But just...
You want to hear what my real opinion of why Saka wasn't in the game as much?
Would tell me.
You know why Saka wasn't in the game as much? Because a certain freaking 29 was in his space the whole time, picking up the ball on the right-hand side where the freaking right winger is supposed to be picking up the ball. But Saka was there. And whether that was intentional or not, it hindered Saka's game.
Ladies and gentlemen, after all of the Kai Havertz glazing, Rookie
gives a 7.
You're letting me down. Where's his 10? I
thought he was amazing. 10? Oh, Rookie. Wait,
we're harsh on our players. Most of our players have had a minimum of 7. I haven't gone below 7.
You glazed him for 30 minutes. and he gets a 7. Fair enough. Fair play, Havertz on a 7.
My
Sure.
turn. My turn. If it wasn't for the fact that he scored a goal, which, yeah, I'm going to take that into account, he probably would have been like a 3.
I would have given him like a 4 or a 5.
Goal gives him like a 6. Because while he was the goal scorer, for me, he was the worst player on the pitch for Arsenal, and by a long stretch.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, your job is to score the goals, and yeah, you got the 1 goal, and that got us over the line. So that gets you up to 7.
He almost had us down to 10 men in our last home game of the season. We needed 3 points.
Yeah, that's a huge deduction for sure. You should have been sent off. I'm going to say, and I want to say it because in the podcast, I've been very critical of referees and VAR. They got this one wrong. They 100% got that one wrong. He should have been sent. 100%. And so I'm going to stay consistent with this. If the call's wrong, the call's wrong, no matter who it's for.
Yeah, no.
And today we got lucky. Arteta got lucky. I was preparing. I put it in the chat. I put it in the Cup Chasers chat. Just like I texted you, I put it in the Cup Chasers chat. I'm like, he's off. I texted Nez and Asif. I was like, he's off. He's definitely off.
I actually said in the Football Tears chat, I said, send him off.
I thought he was off. Yeah, I thought he was gone. Look, the first time I saw it, and then it got worse every single time. So I was like, yeah, he's off.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Look, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and glaze Kai Havertz when he scored. He did score, and we congratulated him for that. Maybe a little bit backhandedly, and I apologize, right? Huge goal. Huge goal. But he almost counteracted it if he got some. He was lucky. He was lucky again.
I'll be honest. I don't think it matters. I don't think we would have. I think we would have just gone into a shell, and they would never have been able to do anything at all. And we still would have won the game 1-0.
Should I tell the people I told you backstage, or should I just keep that shit shut?
Yeah, we'll just hold that one. You keep that to yourself.
I will. Yeah, it's gonna. Rookie will probably unsubscribe if he heard that one. So, yeah.
Boom. There you go. What's up, H?
Big up, H. In my opinion, Havertz should not have started the game outside the goal. What exactly did he do? He missed chances. His instincts in the box is shocking. Like he isn't sensing a goal to poach.
Rookie, if he carries Germany, then we'll talk.
Let's see. Do we have any more subs? Look, I don't think he was going to get any super high scores. Actually, I actually believe that he should have won a penalty. That's another one I actually would have given.
Nah.
You don't think? Okay.
Goalkeeper gets to that one. Goalkeeper gets to the yucker as well. The only pen I think we actually should have had, because the handball one wasn't a handball either. I think we should have gotten the Saka penalty, but that's it.
But one thing I'll tell you is that Gyökeres today, he picked up the ball, he ran at defenders, he tried to beat man, he tried to get across.
That's what he does.
That's what I mean, though. If Havertz had done that, because apparently Havertz is supposed to be this great, he's the quicker one, he's the more technical one. If Havertz was doing what Gyökeres did when he came on and was taking man on and trying,
I wouldn't be complaining.
Right.
I wouldn't be complaining at all. And the first two times we needed somebody to hold up the ball to get us up the pitch because we didn't try to pass through the lines. We just hoofed it up late on in the game. Victor won the ball on he won a throw in, and he won the ball on the second one and went at the goalkeeper.
I'll admit.
Nah, it's not a penalty.
Rookie, you're right. The second part
ain't a penalty. The keep gets the ball there.
You're right.
But for all of those saying Gyökeres doesn't chase down the goalkeeper like Havertz did on Donny Ruru, there you go.
Okay. I will finish off one more thing to say on this, right? The only reason why the difference between me and a lot of Arsenal fans who push agendas, I push agendas that I believe benefit Arsenal the most. I use my common sense. I use my brain. I see what I'm seeing. And I'm like, I cannot see this again. This will harm my football club. Okay. When I saw Havertz's performance in the Carabao Cup final playing in the 10, I said, I can't see that again. Then we saw it again against Southampton. You got eliminated from that. Then we saw it again against Bournemouth. That if it wasn't for that, we would be champions already.
Yep, agreed.
We would have been champions tonight, actually.
Yep. Well, let's wrap it up.
So, let's wrap it up. Yes. Gyökeres unsettled their defense and how Walker was out of position. Then those 3 subs came on. Martinelli allowing Walker to catch up to him is worse than Havertz letting Bernardo Silva catch him.
I agree, but I don't have a huge high standard for Martinelli, so it's okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is the end of the show. I'm going to give you the schedule for the rest of the week. Rookie, you're in here. You love to hear a schedule. Tomorrow, I'll repeat this again, if Man City do not win, we will be here for our Champions Party live stream, live from my balcony in Australia. And Jake, where are you going to be? Are you going to be on yours? Or
I'll be right here.
You'll be right here. You'll be right here. We'll be right here. We'll be lighting up this bad.
Maybe we'll start. If we do win, maybe I'll start outside and I'll smoke one with you.
My mom sent me personally. She goes, Anton, don't smoke either way. I'm like, I'm not a smoker, right? I just want to tell you, I'm not a smoker, right?
You light it, you hit it to light it, and then you just hold it as it burns. You don't have to smoke this.
Yeah, you don't have to. Exactly. Thank you, Jake, for giving away the smoke and the mirrors. I'm not smoking this to the stud. I'll tell you that.
I mean, hey, if you want to roll up something else and smoke it, I'm just messing with you.
Hey, my mother watches all these streams, Jake. Do not be talking about that type of shit.
Hey, we do not condone any sort of illicit substances on this channel.
Oh God. Havertz, my boy, don't mind the haters. I know you will score in the UCL winning goal from the bench. I back you. Hey, all is forgiven if that's the case.
I will worship him if he scores the Champions League winning goal.
In Iraola, we trust. Krupi is linked to Arsenal, so he can start proving his worth to us from tomorrow. Yeah, well, hey, if he wants to play for Arsenal, earn yourself a gold patch.
Tomorrow's your audition.
Or
win us the league.
Get to wear a gold patch on your kit next year. If you indeed were to do that. Although I do think it'll be Alvarez. Honestly, I think Alvarez will be winning that backup striker position. But anyway,
we shall see.
Then we're going to do, by the way, just to line up back on the schedule after that. That's tomorrow's tentative. Also, a Dan and Anton show is very tentative because Dan also said that if Arsenal win the league, he's going to be fucking, I don't know where he'll be, but off somewhere. And fair enough.
The Cup Chasers will be live on Wednesday. The Cup Chasers will be live on Wednesday, regardless.
Oh yeah, are we gonna do a maybe we'll do the live stream tomorrow. We'll do a watch along together. Hate along. You want to do that? We teased it.
We might try to figure that out.
Anton's tears will then be the day afterwards, regardless of what happens with Man City. And then me and Jake will preview what hopefully is a low pressure last week of the season. Otherwise, it's a very high pressure last week of the season. One of the two. That's the scheduling program for the rest of the week. Guys, it's been almost 2 hours of this. Arsenal, we are so fucking close to being the champions. Two more wins, by the way. One win. One or
two win is absolute glory. One win is just glory.
No, but wait. Wrong. If City don't win, one win could be both.
One win is both if City don't do. Hey, up the cherries.
One win, and I'm not talking about Crystal Palace. I'd be talking about Paris.
Up the cherries.
But again, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to. I'm not even talking about my Crystal Palace prediction until I see tomorrow's result. So that's the other thing. Anyway, guys, we are out of here. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, up the cherries, man. Pop the cherry. Pop Pep Guardiola's losing a title race cherry. See you next time.